It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses,
Hello there.
I'm a do.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Facebook, YouTube, Mayegun Diary,
The doctor said, or the dentist said, I've got, an amazing teeth and then great gum as well. There was no reason for pulling any teeth yet. However, what I suffered from was an inflammation. It's like my gum got irritated and they're swollen. And that reaction gave me that kind of headache and all that. I think I'm fine.
Godfatherism,
share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them Mayegun today. If you are a newcomer on Mayegun's Diary Political and you happen to be watching the broadcast, as a replay, I advise you to skip this beginning, okay? Don't get kind of bored and don't tell us that the beginning takes too long because Mayegun's Diary Political broadcast are done live. It's not something that I recorded and then stream later. Here you get. So why we are here is more or less like a sermon, like everybody is taking their seat right now, waiting for others. Then when we will start. So if you're watching a replay, the ideal thing is fast forward all of this to at least where you think you can watch from. So you share the broadcast, by the way. Subsidy is back. NNPC is taking a loan that they want to use to stabilize the Naira. Are you seeing what I am seeing? Share the broadcast. Motideo. So good morning once again, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Depends on the time you are watching from, okay? You see this broadcast you are about to watch, it is layman to layman explanation. If you really want to understand the fraud that these guys are recooking, and they will continue to give it different names, you will need to abandon all of their paid media vuvuzelas, propagandists, bunch of liars that will tell you everything is going to be fine. You will need to abandon all of that. If you are an economist, you are somebody who deal with money a lot. In fact, you understand this subject so much. If you really want to enjoy this, I will advise you to drop all of that, because now layman to layman, we won't take talk now. If you find me repeating myself, it's because I'm going to be like that blacksmith. You know, when a blacksmith is eating, what do you call it? A heated iron at a spot, like on a single spot, there is a sign he wants to get rid of. So don't get cocky, or don't get, a little bit pushy, because what is about to hit Nigeria, if I have the better way to explain it to you, it will be this way. Now, when Buhari, you know why I kind of love to revisit Buhari and some of the same GPT, the same fraud that they perpetuated when they started. I was raising alarm. Why are you enemy of Nigeria? Why do you always, why are you somebody who doesn't even believe that anything good can come out of Nigeria? At least I want to believe that a lot of people will be happy when good things actually come out of Nigeria. But when criminals are cooking, and you know the consequences of what they are cooking, if you love Nigeria, you will speak out, because the consequences of all of what they are doing is lives, human lives, your lives, including my life. So, and that was when Buhari, when he came in, he also said he was removing subsidy in 2016. Now, removing subsidy means Nigeria will save money. Then the wahala started, like this one you're experiencing right now. No, 87 naira to 160 naira. No, we no go agree. We no like all this, But it was the era of change, right? So some people felt like it would be a sacrifice that was worth it. By the time Buhari ended his, what do you call it? His jihadist regime, Nigerians have forgotten that Buhari removed subsidy in Nigeria 4 times. A lot of them have forgotten. 4 times. And on the 4 occasions, That was what brought your price to 180 something naira per liter. But they've forgotten. It was like, they will scream, cry, everybody complain and all of that. And then after that, let's give them time. This was Buhari's time. And before their time at all, subsidy in Nigeria, they used to pay 200 billion, 400 billion a year for subsidy before these criminals came. Now, under them, they removed subsidy 4 times. Go and search subsidy remover from 2015. Go and check it on Google right now. 4 times. An excuse to say, we are saving money. Buhari have saved 1 trillion naira. We have saved 1.4 trillion from subsidy removal. All lies. Now, the other thing that changed on the issue of subsidy scam is this, under these criminals. Before Buhari, there were some privileged rogues in collusion with those who were working under PDP at the time. And those ones were called oil marketers. What was that? Nigeria will ship out their crude oil for sale. Then Nigeria will now go to that same place and buy the refined crude to import back into Nigeria. So the scam then was that the marketers who will bring in their petrol will say, our landing cost is 400 naira per liter. Okay? We'll say, 400 naira per liter. The government will then say, no, we will pay 313 naira per liter on each liter so that you can sell it to Nigerians for 87 naira per liter. That was what the subsidy was. 200 billion, 400 billion, 700 billion, until it became an issue when Jonathan said he wanted to remove it. These were those individuals benefiting the money then. So the scam then was those marketers in collusion with NNPC officials, or is it the DPR, whatever, NNPC guys, that would then have to go and inspect the imported products. How many liters? What is the quality, quantity like that, so that they can then pay them the difference as the subsidy on each imported vessel. That was the arrangement. So the scam then was, when they bring in 10 million liters, they will escalate it to 20 million, 30 million. That extra, when the government paid the subsidy to them, they will share that with the officials of the petroleum NNPC. So that was what Jonathan said he wanted to remove at the time. That caused the 2012 national protest sponsored by Tinubu. I mean, it would have been a genuine kind of protest. I'd be, why would you remove it? No, leave it. But when APC came in 2015, you know what they did? Around that time, these marketers, they were, the body odor of Buhari. They didn't know how he was going to, So majority of them started hoarding their own products if they were going to still get the same juicy offer of importing fuel, collecting subsidy, and then diverting the fuel to neighboring countries. Because it was a deal that was so lucrative. Everything is about number. Whatever is written on paper, they will pay them. So they waited. But by that time, Buhari reshuffled the NNPC. Okay? Nigeria Naira was already experiencing some little round tripping from central bank, Naira to dollar. To import fuel to Nigeria, you need dollars. So what that means is this. When the business was good for the oil marketers, then, that wasn't a problem. Whatever the cost, the deal with the Nigerian government subsidy was that they will be paid. So Nigeria was bearing the fraud. So the moment Buhari and gang came in, they cut off all the marketers. NNPC became the sole importer of petrol. So me, Mayegun, I can be importing fuel into Nigeria, okay? But you will not see Mayegun. You will see NNPC. So NNPC became the sole importer. But here is the difference. If those marketers continued with the way Naira and dollar was going, there was no way you will not buy a liter of petrol for 1,500 Naira at a point. Okay? So, behind the scene, it was supposed to be so controlled. Now that NNPC is in charge, they are the ones who can now say, if you import, is in our name, and all of that stuff. You know, the fraud under the Mr. Corruption Fighter should have ordinarily controlled, Abi. Rather than that, it opened the floodgates of never seen corruption in the oil industry in Nigeria. And that is now catching up. That, like I said, I am going to talk to you like a layman new, and I may be going here and there. Just be following me. Make you say, okay. Now, you see, the fraud that happened was that normally, when central bank, when this NNPC says we have received 30 million liters and we need to pay out the subsidy of 1 trillion naira, okay, to be equivalent of whatever it cost them in dollars. So central bank will be the one to open the NNPC account, a Nigeria vault account, wherever they keep the money, and then pay those marketers. You know, that was supposed to be the arrangement, but you know, when this NNPC came, nobody knows who was bringing or wherever they are bringing the whatever from. What Nigerians were just reading is that subsidy payment, 1 trillion, subsidy payment, 2 trillion, subsidy payment, 3 trillion a year, subsidy payment, 4.5 trillion a year. That was when they were like, who are you paying that money to? At least NNPC is now making the payment. Emefiole is providing the fund, Abi. Under these guys as well, the revenue which should have ordinarily fetched Nigeria the Forex, at least seamlessly, if there was no corruption, the Nigerian crude oil export and sale. Under these rogues, Nigeria's oil production dwindled by over 48%. Nigeria was losing 48% of our oil to oil thieves who are bringing in vessels to Nigeria to load them off. So there was no money. The little money coming from the little one they declared, the oil they sold, Abi, they were using that to pay faceless marketers that NNPC is paying for subsidy so that you could be buying the petrol for 167 naira. Remember that the money from crude oil sale dwindled because thieves were stealing them. The little that was left, they have opened another floodgate to pay faceless people trillions of naira, that's billions of dollars in subsidy payments that nobody knows who for 8 years. So there was no money from crude oil sale. The money that they managed to say is available is not enough to pay for subsidy. Who came to the rescue? Emefiole, who started printing money to cover because what would have happened is this: if Emefiole didn't print 24 trillion naira for Buhari to share, what would have happened is, at least by 2017, 2018, Nigeria would have collapsed in a way that most of those states will no longer be able to receive allocation. Because there will be no money. Remember when they said NNPC didn't remit money for more than 2.5 years, nobody raised a wimp. The same guys who cooked all of this together, okay, Nigeria have no Forex to back up anything anymore, right? And Nigeria have no money. NNPC, towards the end of Buhari's term, They now cooked another Babala fraud. What did they do? They started flying Dangote refinery to cover the ignorant eyes of majority of Nigerians at the time. Oh, when Dangote refinery comes, it's going to crash dollar, strengthen Naira. They even made a deal whereby they will be selling Dangote Nigeria crude oil in Naira instead of that dollar. A part of the lies they sold. Finally, they sold NNPC to themselves, appointed themselves as board of directors. The same guys employed, appointed you by Nigeria, by Buhari as director and this and that in NNPC. They sold the place. They now gave Nigeria. They said Nigeria and call as 40% interest in that NNPLC. Just to cover all this track, but here is the truth. Nigeria is cash crunched. Naira is completely broken because the demand for dollar is more than the demand for Naira. Naira has nothing to back it anymore. I mean, it's been like that for a while. Emefiole that has been printing money, flooding them with money and money, Naira, has created an economy of over 50% inflation. But they are telling you that it's 24%. But now your pocket, you go, no. What is that inflation? And what is the, what do you call it? What is the gravity of that invitation in your pocket when your 1,000 Naira has lost over 40% of its value? So what then is the inflation of 24%? Now I explain that one to you before I continue on the new fraud, new package that they are now trying to sell to you. It's not new. They did the same thing during the Buhari's time. It's not new. But here it is. The fraud, in fact, I'm going to actually explain that 40% loss of value in Naira. And I'm being generous. Okay? So let's say in 2015, right? You could buy a crate of egg. Is it 24 or 30 crate of egg? You could get that for how much? 700 Naira or 750 Naira in 2015. So how much does that same crate of egg goes for today? 1,005. What? 2,000 Naira. Well, the idea there is this. If you had 1,000 Naira in 2015, you could buy yourself a crate of egg, buy oil, buy bread, and maybe get some fresh vegetables like, the potatoes and all of that. I mean, sorry, like tomatoes and all of them. Somebody said 2,500, 2,300. Now, if it was less than 700 in 2015, and today is 2,500, so it means the 1,000 Naira you had in 2015, you will need 2.5 of that, okay, to buy a crate of egg that you would buy back then, and you will still get a change. That is what is called the devaluation. The devaluation, for example, as well, is that if you have, for example, if you have 1 million Naira in your bank account, for example, right, in 2015, if you converted that 1 million Naira to dollars in 2015, okay, that would be something around, 1 million Naira should be about 5,000 US dollars, okay, at the exchange rate of, exchange of a 190 Naira or 200 Naira to a dollar. So that should give you about 5,000 US dollars, Abi. Now, if you had 5,000 US dollars in 2015 and you had 1 million Naira in 2015, today, that's your 1 million Naira. If you have 1 million Naira today, that 1 million Naira is just $1,080. Do you understand the devaluation example there now? Yeah. Now you putting it beside dollar is so easy and direct to understand. Now, if you take that 1 million Naira to the market today, what that means is that By the time you come back with what you have purchased with that 1 million naira, you are likely going to see that, the value of that same thing or similar thing shouldn't be probably more than 500,000 naira. Now, if the inflation on dollars will keep $5,000, still $5,000, maybe with plus or minus your $5,000 in 2015 with the inflation and all of that, let's say you have lost maybe 20% of, let's say 10% of that. So if you have lost 10% of your $5,000 from 2015 to 2023, that's going to be somewhere around, or even let's say 20%, right? That's going to be like you've lost $1,000. You will still have $4,000. Compared to the naira, that you had 1 million, that could be 5 grand in 2015, and today is just 1,100. And it's the same thing if you go out there to spend that 1 million naira. A lot of you have your money in your bank. Nobody say you are trading on anything, but the value of that money in the bank has so depreciated that those who are in business will understand this better. Okay? Now, you see all these oil marketers. When Tinubu came in and said, subsidy was gone, everyone felt like, okay, maybe he knew what he was talking about. There must be something they delivered, they gave to him, handover notes from Buhari that he probably have studied for those months when he was waiting to be sworn, to be sworn in. That he must probably have been, his team must have been reading the whole thing, looking at what this is going to be and what are we going to do and how soon are we going to respond? What are we going to, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't do that. He just came out and he said, subsidy is gone. Now, saying subsidy is gone simply means if you are buying petrol at 1,000 naira per liter, or you are buying it for 300 naira per liter, it is no longer the business of government of Nigeria. Do you understand? When somebody says subsidy is gone, what that simply means legally is that if I have money, I can decide to go abroad, okay, and go and buy petrol and bring it to Nigeria and sell it for whatever price that will profit me. The role of government is to make sure that I am not like profiting illegally, like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, putting unimaginable profits on that. That's the job of government, to control that and ensure that people are not being ripped off. Sure, you get? That's the normal thing. But here is the problem. Like so many businesses in Nigeria, in the last 8 years under this APC, people who don't give a damn, they don't know how to create wealth. All they are very good at is to steal and kill and burn and destroy. They have no idea of how to create any wealth, right? So what they have done in this instance is that NNPC, that kind of said, okay, yeah, we have handoff. Okay. Now the businessmen, or should I call them the supposed importers, they will also need dollars in order for them to pay for the petrol they will bring to Nigeria since subsidy is gone. That is where the problem is. Remember that for 8 years, nobody knew who the NNPC, who they were using to import fuel to Nigeria, Abi? But they were paying them subsidy in trillions of naira. Okay? So, but because you, Nigerians, are the ones bearing the cost, okay? When they go borrowing, you go sorrowing. So they give the money to themselves, they give the money to their friends and the rest of them, and they call it controlled pricing. So when they can no longer sustain that anymore, they are now saying, okay, subsidy is gone. Everybody should. But the problem is, how do those marketers access their dollars in order to be able to pay for their supply? when nobody can actually be so sure what the exchange rate is going to be tomorrow morning. I mean, it's so bad that Tinubu's Shonubi, or what's that man's name? CBN Central, the person that is replacing Emefiole, he came out and he said they are floating the Naira. With what? With water. What are you floating it with? Nigeria, a supposed economy of over 400 billion US dollars, currently is sinking in the failure of APC. So if you wanted to float the Naira, so what you are doing is that it simply means if wherever you see dollar, buy them. Here you get anybody will get dollar, sell them. They are very soon when everybody have the dollars, the price of dollar will begin to crash. There are those who are keeping their dollar, let them sell it for any price. 800. So they now told their mugus, with the help of all of their economic propagandists, they told them, they said it will first go up, then later it will come down. When more dollars, because Tinubu's government is going to save money from subsidy. And because of that, Tinubu's government is going to pump dollars into the market. So their plan, I think I have told you that before, their plan was, they were hoping that somehow, in 2 months, they will be able to mop together some billions of dollars. That will be like cash. Remember I told you, the criminals who destroyed NNPC, destroyed the Nigeria oil sector, open it up for fraud and for criminals who are stealing your crude oil for, 8 years. The criminals are still in charge, yo. They are still the ones in NNPC, yo. Are you with me? Meaning, Nigeria is still not making money from our own crude oil right now. For 2 months, they were initially like, don't worry. What will happen is this: we'll wait for 2 months. Okay. So the money we make from, once we have told people that no more subsidy, we are not paying anybody subsidy anymore. Okay. So in 2 months, we may be able to get at least $1 billion to $1.5 billion. So after that 2 months, we will now pump the dollar into the market. So you see all those dollars, they expect them to go into the hands of the desperate oil marketer. So when they have dollars, if it's stable, if the dollar is stable, the oil marketers can say, okay, they are going to buy the petrol to bring to Nigeria at this also exchange rate. So between going and coming, the dollar won't change. How do you determine that? By pumping more dollars into the economy. But in the case of Nigeria, Pafuka, no dollar, no nothing. So the 2 months that they told you to wait, and then, the subsidy is gone, it's not coming back, was them planning to subsidize their friends, give them this money, okay? Assure them that if they want to import fuel to Nigeria, don't worry, others can be buying the dollar for 1,000 naira to $1, 1,500 naira to £1. But if you are oil marketer, our friend, will give you the money. Come and change it for 300 naira to $1. Now, this is one of the most dubious criminal arrangements. It was like, listen, the value of Naira today is over 900 Naira. Abi? That is the real value. So when it sinks further, that is also the real value. The more they continue to play gamble with it, the Naira will what? It will sink further. That is the value. So what they are now planning to do is that you have $3 billion. For example, $3 billion. If you exchange it for its real value, especially the people who are giving you the money, the value of it, here you get now, is going to be based on the devalued Naira that you have. So you have $3 billion, for example, at the rate of, let's say, 2.1 trillion Naira. Now, you now decided to call your friends who are going to be oil marketers. You now call them and say, come, you can come and buy the dollar for 300 Naira per dollar. So the government of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria, they can bear the cost, the difference. Remember, the dollar of Naira, the value of Naira to dollar is, let's say, 900 Naira. What they are doing right now, what they were planning to do, but the money, no, they add up. Now they have decided to go and take loan. Listen to me, NNPC. If you stop paying subsidy and the money you are making from the oil sale that you are using for subsidy, if you stop paying for 2 months, how much can you bring together? And Mr. President, we can try maybe 1 billion or 2 billion, but we can try. So that was why they were explaining to you to wait. The 2 months has passed now. They didn't see dollars from the crude oil sale, okay? That they can say, this is the cash, let's push it and follow that agenda when the money is not coming to the banks as some of you are expecting. No. The plan was they will call their friends and sell it cheaper to them. You now see that difference of 600 Naira per dollar. Multiply 600 Naira times 3 billion. Go and add it up right now. 600 Naira times 3 billion. Now, when you do that, that should give you over, at least, that should give you at least, 6 times 3, 18. 1.8 trillion Naira. Now, that means the 1.8 trillion Naira is going to be hidden from you. That is the subsidy they will pay to their friends who are the oil marketers. Now, the plan was, if we have a 3 billion and we give it to them little by little, that can make it look like the dollar to Naira in Nigeria suddenly have stayed at 700 Naira. It can stay there maybe for a month, maybe 2 months. Once the dollar they put there, once that one finish, I will be surprised if it lasts for 2 months. Once that dollar finish, dollar to Naira, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,002. This is the gamble they are playing with all of you who don't see the damage politics does to you. Beyond Yoruba Ronu, I'm Igbo, I'm Hausa, I'm Fulani, I'm Kinikon. You don't see the damages they really do to you. So they've made an announcement today. Guess who made the announcement? NNPC. NNPC Nigeria that couldn't provide the $1 billion needed by Kolu that they thought they were going to use. Since the NNPC couldn't provide it, they have found a bank. They call them AfriEXIM, African Exit and Export and Import Bank. AfriEXIM. You know the deal. NNPC will give the AfriEXIM. We don't know those behind them. AfriEXIM will give Nigeria $3 billion cash. Okay? $3 billion cash. They will give it to Nigeria. Now, in that deal, Nigeria, through NNPC, that they have already privatized, Nigeria will now give crude oil to AfriEXIM. Nobody knows how much crude oil, how many years crude oil, at what price crude oil, what is the interest rate on this 3 billion? Like I told you, since NNPC, from the crude oil sale, they couldn't give any dollar. NNPC is now taking pictures. We want to control the dollar so that when the marketers, when the dollar is stabilized, Naira will stabilize. Then oil marketers, they can have access to dollars. So the price of petrol will begin to go down. The new Bobo, the new Zobo. Koye, like I told you, layman to layman. Who are those who are going to be the marketers that will be collecting this money from NNPC? Other than the same people who have been sharing your Nigeria. These guys are mad, oh. They are really, they are so heartless, oh. You don't understand. Half of Nigeria crude oil production every day is being stolen. The remaining half, they are using it to pay for subsidy. To cover all of that up, Emefiole is printing money in Naira. The money is being shared as allocation to local government, to states for years. And those ones are using the money to buy any available dollar in the circulation. When they collect the allocation from Naira, from Emefiole, they go around, they buy any dollar they can buy, and they move them out of Nigeria. Those who are running businesses, oh dear, like they are so heartless. So. And you know one thing about this whole thing is that nobody is spared. Businesses will die. Jobs will be lost. Taxes that should help government to raise revenue will be lost. Crime will increase. So who is now surprised that crime is increasing in Nigeria? It is a ripple effect. This is how the whole thing comes down to you. Even if they're now selling petrol for 300 naira per liter in Nigeria today, a lot of Nigerians have become so poor. They cannot afford it. They can't. If they begin to give all Nigerians 50,000 naira, the poor Nigerians, 50,000 naira every month, they cannot be out of poverty with the damages these guys have done, and they are still doing. So do you see the trick now? They said the price of petrol will not increase again. How? Like, you are not importing petrol, okay? You are not paying subsidy. Like, who the hell are you to say the price of petrol will not increase or it will decrease? You don't even have that control, because they do. They do. Privatization or no privatization are nonsense. The scheme is in between, is within them. The whole scam is going on around them. You know, it should have been like citizen arrest. Everybody marching to everywhere they are. Arrest all of them. Tie their hands, tie their legs, put them inside pong pong, drive all of them together to the bar beach, and begin to issue their judgment on them. These are terrible people. Terrible people. That even you that is supporting them, you are not spared. You are not safe. You are not. Nigeria need this to stabilize their Naira. All Nigeria need is just to block the oil thieves, so that every Nigerian can go online and know how much oil production is being produced from Nigeria. Who are those buying them? Easily. And by so doing, 80% of the lost, or the resources, the revenue being lost in that regard, will come back. And I mean, for real, but you know, they won't do that. Somebody said that they should have asked all these people that are bringing pipeline every left, right, and center to pump Nigeria crude oil across the Atlantic, that they should ask them to build refinery in Nigeria and the rest of that. They won't. They won't. So now Nigerians don't know this 3 billion. Meanwhile, NNPC with petrol is the one that is borrowing 3 billion, making oil for cash deal. This one is not oil swap. Do you understand what is called oil swap deal? That one is like, we will give you crude oil, okay? You will sell us diesel and petrol at this is agreed price, and you can keep everything else, okay? Oil swap. This one is oil for cash. Like I told you, NNPC Nigeria, that has been bankrupted, where over 300 billion US dollars have been stolen in crude oil and the bogus subsidy in 8 years. This NNPC is broke. They want to use Nigeria crude oil to get cash that they want to give to their friends, with the promise that petrol price will go down. Naira also will stable, but it won't. It won't. It is called TINUBUNOMICS. You rob Peter to pay Paul. So you will be hoping. Let us pray for Nigeria. Let us be positive about Nigeria. At least let us show something that we love Nigeria. because they told you that they are doing something to make it better, but they are not. They are not. So it's a scheme. It's a scheme. It's like they give you something with the back hand, and they cover it with the open hand as well, and like just like that, abracadabra. Then you'll be wondering, kilo de shele now. What happened to what they said they wanted to do now? Maybe they said that the price, it won't. So they will do it again and again and again. Now they are saying, oh, it's not that they are bringing back subsidy. Oh. It's not subsidy they are bringing back. Oh. They just want to stabilize Naira. Kilo coin NNPC. Pẹ̀lú Naira stabilization. NNPC is now central bank. Do you get the drift? Nigeria is so broke. Nigeria is so dollarless. Naira has sunk so badly that Central Bank of Nigeria, they couldn't see anybody to quickly give them money, cash. They need cash. So it was NNPC. It is now NNPC that want to stabilize Naira, and you believe them. You believe them. That's fine. A lot of you have believed a lot of things anyway. I have seen them explaining all of that on social media. This money, is that going to cost Nigeria? No, it's not a clinical. If you believe them, theater, pow. I have seen it before. Very, very many times. It is the same card. Now, Stockholm Syndrome, they make majority of you, they believe them. Stockholm Syndrome. You know? They said it was Stalin. Stalin, the former USSR leader. He assembled the people, the soldiers, and the rest of them. And he brought out a chicken, a live chicken. And he started pulling the feather like that. And as he was pulling the feather, the chicken was like screaming, screaming in agony. Pulled everything. He pulled all the feather until the chicken became naked and still alive, bleeding. And immediately he dropped the chicken. The chicken ran away. Then he just dipped his hand in his pockets, brought out, some corn, and he started dropping the corn. And just like that, the chicken started picking the corn one by one, started walking back towards Stalin. As he kept dropping the corn, the chicken, started feeling alive, picking up the chicken. And then he faced the people and he told them, he said, torture, hardship, deliberate torture and hardship doesn't kill people. It breaks them. And once they are broken, they will become loyal. It will get to a stage whereby people who have suffered so much, they began to defend their oppressors. At a point, they will start blaming themselves. Say, why did he do this to you? Why did he beat you up like this? I see you bleeding. So, well, it's my fault. I provoked him. Sometimes, it's somebody who is hot-tempered. And because I provoked him, he said I should boil him water. And I forgot. So he became angry. That's why he beat me up. But he's a very good person, very, very good person. Because sometimes he will come around, he will increase my salary, and sometimes he will tell me to come inside and take the leftover of their family dinner. We are talking about real food, correct food. Sometimes he will come around and he will just buy clothes for my children. He's the one also paying the school fees of my children. He's a very nice person. It's just that, every time I make him angry, he always does that. It's my fault. And that's exactly what majority of you are suffering in Nigeria. You will defend them because they told you. They love you. They are doing all of this for you. You need to endure. You need to be patient. You need to give them time. But you are watching them filtering away your commonwealth, and you're still open. Stockholm syndrome. The one way. Stockholm. Was Stockholm not in Sweden? Shouldn't that be from Sweden? Anyway, it doesn't matter, anyway. But the story I told you about Stalin is true. That's actually a true story. It's about how the oppressor controlled the mind of the oppressed. You know? To the point that you just live in that submission. And that's exactly what these guys have done now. The LGBT is that they have managed to find the Genje that says, oh, we now have 3 billion. This 3 billion is going to stabilize the Naira. Because according to them, what will stabilize the Naira is that the moment those oil marketers and some of their friends can have access to the Forex of, dollars, which at the end of the day, Nigeria is going to lose over 2 trillion Naira, plus or minus. 2 trillion Naira of Nigeria money will be lost in what they are scheming, in what they are taking pictures for, in what the news are telling you right now. Or maybe the news is not telling you that. These guys are supposed to be arrested. I really wish they are. Look at him. Mele Kyari. And the guy be that. So that's them signing the deal. The deal that will give them $3 billion cash. So that they can now give that dollars to oil marketers. And once the oil marketers have access to that dollars, they can begin to bring their fuel back to Nigeria. And you shouldn't worry. A petrol will not go beyond 600 Naira or 610 Naira. And then you ask yourself, what is then subsidy? Like this guy was telling people. What if you that guy name again? Eric Gilead is something.
Secondly, Mr. President wishes to assure Nigerians, following the announcement by the NNPC Limited just yesterday, that there will be no increase in the pump price of petroleum motor spirit anywhere in the country. We repeat, the President affirms that there will be no increase in the pump price of petroleum motor spirit. Secondly, Mr. President,
people will know they import anything though. People who say subsidy was gone though. Then they turn around and told you, and they are now telling you the pump price of PMS will not increase. How? That is subsidy, ladies and gentlemen. And that's exactly the new scheme. Do you know what $3 billion is in Nigeria exchange rate today? 9 times 3, 27. That is 2.7 trillion Naira. You see, if they come out and they told you, we want to spend 2.7 trillion Naira on subsidy, sure you no go scream? Would you sure you no go say, Lord, along? Hey, 2.7 trillion on subsidy again? Won't you scream like right now that you know? But they said NNPC borrowed $3 billion. They want to use it to stabilize Naira. How? Anyway, so the price of petrol will not increase. However, somebody cornered Oshi-omo-ole. He is now Senator Oshi-omo-ole. Now, Senator Oshi-omo-ole came out and said, Tinubu inherited the worst economy from who? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Lagos Abobaku. You were weary, yeah. Oh, yeah, pick up your phone. Answer me. From who did Tinubu inherit the worst economy? From Mayegun? Abi African Wahala or who else? So, the same people who told you when Buhari was there, they were dancing here and there. They said Buhari, if not for Buhari, Nigeria would have ceased to exist. This guy said it. They said Buhari, that no matter what you are facing, that was when Buhari was there. They said whatever you were facing, it would have been worse than that if not for Buhari. Oshi-omo-ole, senator or senator. You should call them senators. Senator Oshi-omo-ole.
The government inherited a terrible economic situation. Everybody knows it. The government inherited an economy in which our total national revenue was barely enough to service our debt burden, spending 96%, which is to say every 96 kobo, every 100 naira Nigeria earned, 96 kobo is going to repay debts, to service debts. So you have only 4 kobo left to pay all the salaries. So nothing can be worse. But they came determined that they will have to do business unusual to arrest the drift, stabilize the economy.
See, you see the kind of people that they call leaders. Stop insulting leaders, Mayegun. You need to stop insulting elders. I mean, don't you have home training? Is that the kind of elder that you say you are not, you are going to be respecting? People like Oshi-omo-ole, people that speak with all sides of their mouth, shameless people. Are those the leaders, elders? But thank God that we all know that foolish people also grow old. Stupid people grow old. Okay? Criminals also grow old. And therefore, we can even pretty much recognize them when we see one. People who speak with all the size of their mouth, say he's doing his best. What is that best now? Inherited the worst economy from who? Anyway, the time is all rounding up, you will say. So, Kolu, the Mr. Strategist, once said,
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the 3 of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do. I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the 3 of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
We will work with you to build a
very sorry about the audio that keeps delaying and all that. It's going to be like that for now until it's going to get better. So please bear with me, okay? And I was thinking it was my laptop, but it wasn't. It's actually the streaming software that is having that kind of frozen and all that. So yeah, I'll get that. So yeah. Tinubu that won't tell you his strategy. I've started showing you the strategy. And just when we were about to go live, that was when the news came that Tinubu has announced his ministers. El Rufaya is currently in Beirut after he got kicked out, like that's what was presented, like got kicked out of the whole thing, right? But Wirewike is now the FCT minister. I heard. I'll show you the list. So yeah, you have Minister of Culture, Musawa, Defense, Badaru. That former governor of Jigawa is the one that they made the defense minister. So Minister of State, Matawale, former governor of Zamfara. Education, Junior Minister, Sunumu. Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Dangiwa. Then you've got, where is that Wirewike again? Bagoloke, they say that's Northwest. 10 minister from Northwest. 7 minister from Northeast. And then you have, hang on. So you have 6 or so, 8 ministers from 6 minister and then 2 minister of state, like junior ministers from North Central. So do you see the name you recognize? So Southwest, 7 ministers. So Southwest with the highest number of ministers. So they've got, what do you have? Yeah, they've got 7 ministers, 2 minister of state. So do you see any name you recognize there? Bosunti Jani, economy, minister of communication, innovation and digital economy. Right. And then when you go to the southeast, they have 4 ministers and 1 junior minister. So Devaluation is your work minister. Who else is there that you know? Then when you go to the south, where Wirewike is from, so Festus Keyamo is aviation minister. Yay. For food Kayode, they don't carry your food, give another person. So Otobo Keyamo is aviation. So now Otobo Keyamo go keep eyes on all of you who won't leave Nigeria. Where they criticize them, and those of you where they come inside Nigeria as well. So Momo, Abubakar Momo, Minister of Youth, Better Edu, Humanitarian Affairs. So Better Edu is the one replacing Shadia. Then you have Petroleum, Lokbobiri. Then you have some Wike, FCT minister. So who else is there? I mean, those are the Tinubu's ministers. Let me see if I could put them proper here, if they appear more clearer here. Let's take a look. No, I don't think this is clearer. So let's just anyway, is only announced what do you call it? All the 45. So a lot of them are still waiting for complementary lists. As Tinubu said, he is going to create new ministries, job for the boys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Niger. A lot of you followed the terrorist attack that took place in Niger State 2 days ago and the crash of Nigeria Air Force aircraft. Now, the details of what happened have all started coming out. Remember that it all started from an ambush when about 23 Nigerian soldiers, 24 Nigerian soldiers were slaughtered by these terrorists in Niger State. And I think a distress call was made to the Nigerian army that they were under attack. So what happened? They sent the Nigerian chopper with, it's like a gun chopper, okay, where those who are occupying it, they can easily also shoot people, like, shoot at people down there. And it's also like a mounted gun chopper as well, that also have the chance of choosing, all those ones you see in the movies, Abby, something like that. So they sent them to go and then provide cover and rescue for those soldiers who were under attack. By the time they got there, they've already killed all of the soldiers, burnt some of them in their vehicles. Immediately the chopper showed up, right? The terrorists started shooting at them. We don't know what went wrong, because from the video that the terrorists uploaded to debunk that it was a technical fault or something like a crash. It wasn't a crash. When you see the wreckage of that chopper, it was actually more than, according to those terrorists in that video, they were saying that the power of their AK-47 shot down Nigerian military chopper. Allahu Akbar. That AK-47 shot down chopper. That's kind of like, unimaginable, unbelievable, Abi. If you have seen it, I can't show you that video, sorry, right? Because it was horrible than the way they did the 24 Nigerian soldiers they ambushed earlier, that they bumped into, what have you, right? You see these chopper guys, it was like the chopper exploded mid-air. It wasn't something that like it landed on impact. It seems like it exploded mid-air. There are those who are the occupants. When you see all their bodies cut apart, there were, I don't know how to describe this for you. It was gory. Bodies, like mangled bodies cut into two, legs, without this and that. So I don't think it was their AK-47 that shot down the chopper. But in that video, they said, we shot it down. Despite Nigerian Army's weapon, this and that, our AK-47 shot them down. And they were making videos over the dead bodies of these soldiers or these Air Force men or what have you. Mangled body, like you don't want to see it. If you want to see that video, right, maybe I should let you all go to David Undenyi. If YouTube hasn't taken it out, taken it off, go on to David Undenyi's YouTube page. You will see the video there. And you will be like, how could Nigerian Army still put out a statement? How could Tinubu put out a statement saying they felt bad and sad for that crashed aircraft? It didn't crash. It got shot down. The bodies of all of the personnel killed, they are there still with the terrorists. I'm telling you. You don't want to see that video if you really want to have a good night, like, for real. That's a video you will see that can traumatize you for days. But they went out there to say it's a crash. Crash of what? Mechanical or what? How the terrorists got to the crashed military helicopter before the Nigerian military themselves? But that is the situation that you found Nigeria right now. So it was like, I don't know. So we continue to say, well, or pray, for the victims, you will say, and then their family. Maybe they will find justice as well, Anyway, talking about Niger. Meanwhile, just before we go to Niger, from the report we did here, it seems that now that Kolu, who seems like he won't be able to fulfill all the promises he's making to everybody. Nigeria is broke. And by the time all of them take their position and they start their own looting, he may not even finish any term. Somebody said maybe the judiciary will save you. We are coming to that one. Are you with me? So they are saying that Kwakwanso has gone back to Atiku because Atiku had to visit him. They said his deal with Tinubu don't collapse because when the going was good at the time, Kwakwanso came out before he cut a deal with Tinubu. Kwakwanso came out after the election and said Tinubu didn't score the number they announced for him. That if they announce everybody's real results, Tinubu Kwakwanso will still beat Tinubu. He didn't dispute Peter Obi beating all of them. They didn't dispute that. But when they finally made a deal, from what we heard, though, it was like they were going to throw Gandola under the bus. Sure you get. But in a twist of faith, twist of faith, Gandola got rewarded with the APC, Egbekegbese chairmanship position. Not just that. The ministers that Tinubu just announced now, out of those numbers, those who came from Kano, Gandola alone have two of them, two names that is submitted that they are going to inaugurate them as minister. Meanwhile, they thought that Kwakwansop, so that Kwakwansop was going to become a minister, and since they've won Kano, now today, or yesterday, it seems that the whole deal done for Rishankpon. That's what I believe. The deal has collapsed. Okay. Why do I think like that? I'll tell you. After the revampment or rejuvenation of Gandola, the political tussle in Kano continues, which means somehow, Gandola, they have commissioned themselves and their people, okay, not only to make Kwakwansop feel used, okay, and dumped, that the tribunal is also going to throw Kwakwansop protege, the 2G, that is the governor of Kano right now, NNPP. That tribunal will remove him. And there's nothing Kwakwanso go do. So behind the scene, that one seems to be brewing. Okay? It is like, except something come up, last minute appointment. You know when they say, Oye komi, Oye ni, Oye banji, Oye. No, sorry, Oye. Those ones are Oruko. When they say, Otumba, Oye ni, Balogun, Oyeni. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, right? In Yoruba, we say Otumba is a title. Balogun is a title. Iyalode, the women leader, is a title. And when they now share, they say youth leader, Olori Odo, is also a title. Now, when they have shared everything and there is no more title, even Oye Titon, that is, title has finished. It's also a title in this case. That if they have shared almost everything that, chief of, secretary to the government of the federation, you get, like, even no title against them, they then find and give Kwakwansop. But it doesn't seem, it's not looking like that. So somehow, Atiku was spotted visiting him, just briefly, like, how you dey? How you be? you. Sorry about that, right? But we might be those who are just reading too much meaning to it. You know, they are not enemies anyway, okay? So maybe we are just reading too much meaning. So it's like maybe we are feeling sorry for Kwakwansop, or maybe you are waiting to laugh at him. So when these two people meet, just feel like, okay, maybe he's now looking at Atiku is coming, because immediately after that video, where you meet the articulators, all right, the SPV boys. Kwakwansop has been seeing the signal. Tribunal is going to return Atiku. Atiku is coming. Have you not seen that? Atiku is coming. Everybody is realigning. Ironio, where the Wike has become Minister of FCT. I mean, like. So, meanwhile, that's a record as well, according to them. First time a Southerner is going to be appointed Minister of FCT. Is that true? Is that even true? It's like the FCT minister is reserved for Northern Nigeria. Anybody that's going to be Minister of FCT, even if they don't have any idea of any administration, yeah, they will come from Abi. Tell me, is that true? Where the Wike from South will be the first, Abi, Southerner to be FCT minister. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Share you guys. So, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what it is. So anyway, we believe that if tribunal kind of favors Atiku, Kwakwanso is now kind of spreading his eggs. Okay? The little finger from Kaduna, that one has finally left Nigeria for Beirut. Okay? And those of you who have different petitions against El Rufaya of Kaduna, you can begin to monitor his movements. If you have any petition against him in any nice and then advanced countries, right? You can start pushing them now. Yeah, you can. And yeah, they'll get him. I'm serious. You know, all the victims of Southern Kaduna massacre, genocide, all those documents, and bring them together. Write your petition right now and begin to trade. He believe he's smart, Abi. He will go to those Arabian countries and hide behind all of, codedly. Then they will come to the UK, come and spend there 1 week. And within those periods, he will begin to criticize Tinubu if they don't give him anything still. He will begin to criticize Tinubu, and he will begin to tell the world that his life is in danger. So he go outsmart majority of us. So they know they take time. Fire. That's the beginning of being on the run. So before you know it, if the pendulum swing, and it didn't reach him, like he go reach all the Boko Haram people. The whole wahala that is still about to explode between them, El Rufaya is going to picture himself as opposition to it. He will begin to say nonsense. Then they will come around here and seek asylum and say Nigeria government want to kill him. You know, this drug dealer that a lot of you know Tinubu as, El Rufaya is still going to call him a drug baron. Wait for it. He's currently in Beirut. You should act faster than him. I'm serious. You don't know. Don't ask me who go get him. You know what I'm saying, right? You can make immigration stop him. Do you know that? It doesn't have any immunity, doesn't have any nonsense. They may tell you, they may be telling you that they have. They don't. It's just a lot of people just overlook them and just move on. They can be stopped and refused entry into some countries because of the report you filed there. Yes, they can. It will get to the gate of America. They will say, no. Breaking news, El Rufaya, his visa cancelled. He couldn't go into America. Maybe I shouldn't use America, Abi. Okay, fine. But you know what I'm trying to say, Abi, right? It's possible. So don't say who you arrest him. It doesn't matter. Just don't make them comfortable. That's what I'm saying. Don't make them comfortable. Pull all your petition together. They send them. You can even put petition together and send it to the police in your country. Just send it to them. They will call you. They will invite you. What is this? Tell them, look at that man. Look at these people. These are the supposed terrorists terrorizing the lives of Nigerians. They are looters and criminals. I want this country, right, to start monitoring their movement. They are thieves. Write it to the police. Make contact. Let police call you and say, okay, can you come to the station to talk about this, your petition? You say, yes. Just do it. So that maybe when they are just somewhere, somebody will say, your name popped up. They say you are a criminal from Nigeria. Just make them stop them at the entrance so that they can talk about it and say, Nigerians are writing petitions against them. If you see them in London, write petition. Okay? Download their picture from social media, online. Put that on your petition. Submit it to your local police. Even if they tell you that this is a high-profile person, just do it. You do it. You'll be surprised. Somebody said that you too, Mayegu, you too, do it. I'm your GO. So if I do it, now only one have to do. Imagine if all of you do what you have to do with all the evidence, everything, and the petition is all over the world. So don't say you do it. I'm just telling you how now you can make their lives uncomfortable, but they have a way of buying those time, make it uncomfortable for them. Because now they are going to be leaving Nigeria. A lot of them are going to turn around and become the critic. And you are going to be reading them. Breaking news, El-Rufai said, saying, Mayegun, leave that man, leave that useless man, Jare. Of course, I'll leave the useless man, but you will hear the news when that time comes, Abi. Remember when vote wisely used to be something that triggered people, and you are like, why are you triggered? You'll be having a conversation with somebody during that your charade called election, And when you say something like, shall vote wisely, and they will just suddenly get angry with you. Now, what do you mean I should vote wisely? Is he just a Peter Obi that is contesting? Are you saying that Peter Obi, Labour Party is better? I said vote wisely. Me, Nico, vote Peter Obi. Why are you triggered? You remember those times, those days, where somebody go to shalaye? When you just go there and say, just vote wisely, oh. Some will call you Omo-ole. You are Omo-ole. You are telling people to vote wisely, Abi, so that they can go and vote for Obi, Abi. You are an Omo-ole. You remember those times? We couldn't explain it. We couldn't figure it out. Why are they triggered? You know what I mean? Why was that making them angry? If you think that Tinubu is the right thing, Abi, vote wisely, Abi. If you think Atiku is the right thing, vote wisely, Abi. If you think Obi is the king, vote wisely, Abi. So when you tell Atiku people vote wisely, they know they're angry. When you tell the Obi people vote wisely, they say, of course, obedient, I'm voting wisely. But when you tell the Agbadomaiti, the Lagos Sabo Bakus, these Agberos, just vote wisely. They say, I know you are one of them. I know you are one of those Omo-ole Yoruba. Omo-ole Yoruba that doesn't want Yoruba to progress. You are not supporting your own. You are going to there to go and support Omo Igbo. You are asking me to. I say, Papa, don't talk to me like that. That's what all of you are doing. You go everywhere. You are telling people to go and vote Igbo. You are telling them to go and vote Kiniko. I said vote wisely. Vote wisely. Stop that nonsense. Just say you are obedient and stop saying vote wisely. Isn't that a good advice to vote wisely? So they were telling people, Yoruba Ronu, when you say vote wisely, they will say Yoruba Ronu. Now I'm saying, Oloma Jeki Yoruba Ronu ku. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba as well. Yoruba Ronu means Yoruba think. Yoruba Ronu ku is when depression sets in. And all you are thinking about is how you are going to feed your children, pay your rent, pay their school fees, pay medical bills, and possibly feed yourself. And you are thinking about that now. That is what Tinubu has turned it for them. Vote wisely. Yoruba Ronu. The Yorubas, those who are telling us Yoruba Ronu, they are now watching the Yorubas. Tofe Ronu kuba yo. Oloma ja Ronu ku. Emi lo kan. Suddenly, within 2 months, oti changes here any kon lomo. And it is true, any kon lomo. Now, person where he touch, now he know who did he never touch for Nigeria right now. Give me their names. Just give me their names. Those who were saying you should ronu, etife ronu kuba yo, you can't see them. Palliative, you can't see. Billion is what you are hearing. Where are those people who say Yoruba ronu? Vote wisely, Yoruba ronu. You did not vote wisely, Abi. Now etife ronu ku. It's a sad situation, though. Another word that triggers people a lot, which I have also noticed, is all eyes on judiciary. Kí ló tún fa trigger? Kí ló tún trigger yín pa yẹn? When you see the articulators, the SPV boys, when you see all eyes on judiciary, they say, hey, Baba, all eyes on judiciary. Oh. When you see obedient and say, all eyes on judiciary, you say, all eyes on judiciary, oh, no wahala, no stress. But when you, with all of my shagbako, when you shagbako, all this APC, and you say, all eyes on judiciary, trigger button. How you these people, you will burn this country down. We know that you people don't love this country. We know that you people want to burn Nigeria down. God will not let you burn Nigeria down. Papa Kilode, why are you triggered? Kilode, I mean, like, calm down. Kilode. All eyes on judiciary. You know, what do you mean by that? The case is in court. Nobody can be talking about judiciary like that. It's insulting. You are saying that you will not ask. Okay, look, nobody said anything. They said, all eyes on judiciary. Even yourself, your eyes should be on them too. Everybody should open their eyes. Don't you want to open your eyes? But these are triggering words or phrases. Vote wisely. Now Ogun go kill your papa. You this my Ogun. Now Ogun go kill your mama. Now can you go kill your papa? Say, well, Ogun go have to do double job. What is the point? People where my papa, my mama don't die already. So if you sit down there because somebody says something and say, all eyes on judiciary, but all these people responsible. You this my Ogun. Now Ogun go kill your papa. Say, Ogun is dead. My papa is dead. If they go kill themselves, make them go to deal with time there. It's none of my business anymore. But will that now change the price of Gary for you? Will that now fuel your car tank, the tank of your car? It won't do. But the truth I am telling you today may likely change your life. How? Starting from the decisions you are making, including this one, defending what is out there to actually kill you. And you are being triggered. And it's nothing. All eyes on judiciary. You people want to cause problem in this country. If all of you, you can leave this country for us. You can go to Kilode, Baba, why? Calm down. Like, let's be honest. This one is just being honest. Let's be honest. Baba, how many them be? APC, combine them together. How many them be? We say they have to use violence. They have to use rigging. They have to use different manipulation to get Kolu an illegitimate presidency. If them plenty, they go rig. I keep telling people, there are not many. These criminals, there are not many. Now you just know waiting you want. A lot of you don't know what you want. And because you are not sure, you can never go for what you want, ever. There are not many. Take a look. Okay, then do election. People that they have money, they have the whole connection, they control this and that. Omo. Oh, with all the noise. Put all of them together. They couldn't make Tinubu win election. They have to rig. Put all of them together, all the APC, Northern Nigeria, Southern Nigeria, they are sympathizers. Abrodian Buhari idiot, Abrodian Bat idiot, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers. Put all of them together. And their own base cyberbarians. Put them together. How many them be? Meloniwa, and we noise makers. They couldn't win election for Tinubu. Look at it today. All eyes on judiciary. Now Ogun go kill your papa, you this my ego say Olofoni. Just pray, say that same Ogun, or those who are working with Ogun, your governors, your senators, your lawmakers, and the rest of them, they are Ogun agents. When they don't fix your road, and all of that, at the end of the day, Ogun go kill you. Now you may the pray, say Ogun no kill you. If they look say no Ogun kill my Ogun papa, maybe now you go tell my papa for heaven, say you be my Ogun papa. Yes, so I'll be my Ogun papa. You know my Ogun, I've been watching him here too. It's my son. Sir, I didn't know you are dead. Say, well, I'm here. You are welcome. I tell Ogun to kill your son. I mean to kill you. So that your son go no say no supposed to disrespect our thieves in Nigeria. I say, well, you are welcome then. As Ogun say, I was over there. The real Ogun that will kill you are the politicians you are defending. The real evil spirit that is after your life. They are the same politicians you have their photos on your phones, screensaver, on your different media handle, defending them. Now then go kill you. So if if na thunder kill you, if na Ogun kill you, if anything we won't kill you, now these guys are the real thing that are killing you, and you know that. Here you get, So yeah, I was there. I was like, why are they triggered? And they are not just those triggered. So yesterday, they had to ban anybody from putting up a banner that says all eyes on judiciary, because if it cause problem for Nigeria, okay, banner will cause problem. I don't understand though. I don't know how banner will cause problem for people. That means if you are driving on like this now and you are going to Abuja, and then you just see the banner says all eyes on judiciary. Yay! I'm angry. You park your car. You come out of your car. You tear your clothes. I say, we say, what's happening? Say, look at that banner. That thing, they make me angry because you are mad. Abi? They will not say the banner, they make you mad. But they go tie your hand, tie your leg, dump it in one trunk of a car. Go drop it for one Kuje psychiatric hospital next to the Kuje prison. Because, like, are you mad, Dini? Yes, you are mad, Dini. How could you say banner, they trigger you? How could you say poster billboard, they trigger you? You on the what? They run mad for streets, But according to Nigeria, Tinubu and the APC, that's exactly what they meant. How? Don't ask us how. You've just told how now, and we don't want that to happen. So therefore, no banner, no anything that says all eyes on judiciary. Okay, that's fine. Well, you know all these ones, they say you mess with the wrong generation. When you meet all these obedient, young and old, you go still see Mama 65. Mayegun, let me tell you, these people they have messed with the wrong generation. I say, grandma, including your own generation. Yes, Mayegun, yes. If you don't understand, let me tell you, Mayegun, they have messed with the wrong generation. They have stolen from the wrong people. I am obedient, Mayegun. We will fight them to finish. We are waiting on judiciary, sir. Mommy, serious? Yes, oh. Yes, oh. Grandma obedient. And now you know. They said they are stubborn. Don't put up billboard. These people started printing all eyes on judiciary from a printer. I don't know where.
How many stickers in this one? I said that 20,000. As you don't print, don't pay for it, I can.
Very, very fast now. Now what to you? If we don't put eye for judiciary, what we get?
I mean, tomorrow I will wear my shirt.
Me and you will go rock our shirt tomorrow. No?
How many stickers in this one? I said that 20,000. As you don't pay for it, I can.
Very, very fast now. Now what to you? If we don't put eye for judiciary, what we get?
I mean, tomorrow I will wear my shirt.
Me and you will go rock our shirt tomorrow. No?
How many stickers in this one? I said that 20,000. As you don't pay for it, I can.
once again, sorry about my audio delay, okay? It's always like that when you have a lot loaded up. I don't know. I'm just going to say sorry. But like I said, they said then get coconut head. I pray that the same me, Mayegun, will not come back here and start showing you videos of what the Agberos, Tinubu's thugs, Oshins, intolerant fascists. They are the real fascists, though, when they begin to attack people because they put on a shirt that says all eyes on judiciary. I hope I won't be the one to come back here and start sharing that same video. But even at that, they said they have coconut head and they have, they are dealing with, they have messed with a wrong generation. I mean, I love their energy, their research. You need to respect that. Have you actually really paid attention to them? These young people around disobedient. Like, leave every other thing aside, right? Pay attention to them. They are so resourceful. Baba, they are so knowledgeable, resourceful. Baba, that there's a pool of things that you can actually bring out of their entire movement and sit and be like, wow, which part do you really want information from about what is going on in Nigeria, either election or their politics, and then behind and all of that, especially in this their own court case? What do you want? So yeah, they've probably messed with the wrong generation, kind of, and it is not going away. Now, if I have a prediction to make, right? Once again, the tribunal, okay, is going to say there is no evidence. So they're going to declare Kolu. But you know, the interesting part is that a lot of them are now interested in how they will explain that to them to make it make sense to them. A lot of you don't know what these young people knows about from the moment of that election to now, what they actually know. A lot of you have no idea. Can't garnish them with little propaganda that some of them, it's like being told what they wanted to hear. Can't garnish all of their facts and knowledge they have actually gained in this whole thing. Can't garnish them with the little propaganda that makes them even more angrier with that Nigerian system. So the prediction I have is the justices will have a lot of explanation to make. Because when they say they give their judgment, these young people, they will scrutinize the judgment within hours. They will pick it pieces by pieces, and then they will react. Now that reaction, people don't know. Me, I believe that they will hold all of you down until next year. And by that next year, the tension go down rise like this. Because you'll be waiting for Supreme Court. Your action or disagreements right now will not be justified. Okay? So my own is I am kind of seeing that they will hold you down on those of you who are waiting for judiciary. So when judiciary come out and said no evidence, Peter Obi, no evidence. Atiku, no evidence. Tinubu, duly elected, kinikon, and they start explaining the judgments. Now that's one. Go be the reaction. Nobody wants to. So if I have my money right now, I'm going to say there is going to be a serious political upheaval or a kind of revolution like in Nigeria by the middle of next year. Somebody will come now and tell me, say, Mayegun, next year is too far, but it's this December. See, now my own projection be that. Nobody say I want to see it happen, per se. Nobody say I hope something will happen that is going to avert that. Okay? It is not a competition. So don't pick up your phone and say, see, Mayegun, you are talking about next year. I'm telling you, by December, Nigeria is going to... No, calm down. Calm down. Okay? It's not a competition. Because you know, say a small thing in Nigeria, a competition with they can do. Say, my name is Mayegun. Say, hey, Mayegun, how are you? Tell us about yourself. My name is Mayegun. I am 10 years old, and my papa is carpenter. My mama is a washerwoman. But I have three brothers and sisters, and we are very poor. But with the glory of God, my mama and my papa, they always make sure that we don't go to bed hungry. But we are so poor. And your story, you talk. Oh. Another person go just jump there. Oh, look at you. Let me tell you about myself. See, my mama and my papa, I can like competition. It is the same thing with adults too. When you meet somebody and say, Papa, how far now? Like everybody is talking about Nigeria, for example, about this country. About this country tough. About if you know what they go through. I mean, last week, I did say I won't go kill myself now. Say, you expect people to say, sorry, Baba, your own case heavy. My own case never reached me. I say I won't kill myself. Within that group, you see somebody that will come and say, well, my brother, your own better. Me, I drink sniper. So that everybody could say, really? I say, yeah. I frustrate. Say, but why you won't kill yourself? You say, well, I lost 200,000 naira. I say, see this one. You lost 200,000 naira. Me, I lost 2 million naira. I drank sniper like this. I even saw death. It's when I woke up, people started praying for me. That's when I woke up. That's when I drank sniper. They always want to make it a competition, so please don't make it a competition, okay? My projection is based on what is happening, what is expected to happen, as well as the follow-up, and it may not happen. Do you understand? So what will make it not happen is that, like I told you before, when you find yourself in a hole, you stop digging. But these guys don't give a damn, okay? Now, at that moment, go, where they found themselves in the hole, they started sharing shovel. So everybody did shovel more. So they sink. All of the lies and all of the old manipulation, they have consequences. Now, just small months, 3 months, 6 months. But when the repercussions and all the consequences start happening, right? They are not something that just happen. They can cost you your life and the rest of that. So if I have to a projection here, to those of you who have also made up your mind that if they try anything, you go fight them. You are waiting for judiciary and the rest of that. So I'm going to say they're going to hold you up. Hold you down with that judiciary onto Supreme Court, which can then come around maybe February. By February next year, the Supreme Court will say, we want to give our judgment. So maybe they will give the judgment around March. And then a lot of you will first receive the news. The first reaction of, then what is next? Studying why they said there is no evidence against Tinubu. Then you begin to see all of the lies. How they were throwing out all the evidence and facts and all of them, using technicalities and all that. So all your fear, all your worry will now come to pass. So that will be the moment everybody will be gathering the momentum of what is going to happen next. Because by then, it no go did the hand of Peter Obi anymore. If Peter Obi self stand for your road that time, he self he collect. That's my own projection. Because by then, you see all this abracadabra they are performing with this your economy. We'll be at ye don't day by then. You know, you know what they call ye don't day. You see, when you open a bottle, okay? When you open a bottle, you see that thread, that bottle, when you do like that, then you close the bottle. And you know, when you get to a tight place, right, that's it closed. If you don't stop, if you keep going and you keep twisting, you will lose the thread, Abby. The lead or the cover will become kind of loose, like loose out, right? Or loosen up, right? That's exactly what the abracadabra they are doing right now. That's what they are doing to you. They will be turning you. So by the time the Supreme Court this, the economy that, the corruption at the highest level, and in fact, they themselves acting like they are your enemies. By then, they will be acting like your enemy. If you say anything, they'll say because you hate the government, because you hate Nigeria. That would have escalated. That's like a tightening and tightening it and tightening it. Bah! Loosen up. And that will be what will follow next. So to prevent all of that, just pray that sanity comes in, which I don't see. They have already taken almost $5 billion. Do you know that? That since Tinubu came in, they have already taken, with this 3 billion, they have already taken $5 billion loan. We don't know if they are still secretly printing money, because a whole page in Tinubu's manifesto preached and supported the printing of more Naira. We don't know if they have already started printing that right now. So in 2-3 months, they've already added at least over 4 trillion Naira debt. What am I saying? Nearly 5 trillion Naira debt to your already over-bloated indebtedness, yo. I just thought I should tell you. Vote wisely. All eyes on judiciary. Ati gbogbo trigger to ba ma trigger the particular one where they go trigger you. You go shout, pay yay. Say kilo happen. Aworoko ni. Do you know what is called aworoko? Do you? Me too. I don't know the meaning in English. But the aworoko is that thing that will, when hunger hold you. That's in the inside, sha. When hunger hold you and it can't pull you, can't be like say somebody won't tear your fallopian. No, what am I even saying? Not be fallopian tube. That tube, sha, like they won't cut your life. Nobody go touch you, you can just scream. Yeah! Say kilo there. Are you okay? That kind of hunger, that kind of situation, Baba, ye don't day. I will be here. All of us will be here. May God not keep our life simply because of for poverty, for suffering, for hardship. Yẹni pé kí Ọlọ́run má torí ìyà dá wa sí, kémi wa kógùn. May God give us long life, Abi, so that we can all live to witness this. Shele stupid ni, they will teach you. You will learn. You see all that thing that will teach you a lesson, will teach you APC, Egbekegbe will teach every one of you a lesson. Those who knew them very well are prepared for them with no expectation. But look at you, the Agbadomites. Chai. We go see. I am going to go take a break. So I'm going to take calls, okay? And if you are interested, you can call in as well, all right? You can be part of this, and you are welcome. So their party, hang on, before I take calls, may I quickly share these two, right? Number one, they asked one of the APC leader from northern Nigeria, what's the plan of Tinubu? Listen to his answer.
Doesn't look like that is playing out. But when you say there's clearly a plan, are you privy to a plan that these governors have? Because there are those who will ask you that they've not seen any plan.
What I can tell you I'm privy to is the fact that at least I have over the years observed Osuaju, both from close range and from a distance. And I certainly know that he is a meticulous person as a leader. And whatever is playing now that is distracting him from the set plan, I think we need to really draw his attention that he needs to get back to that plan. I don't believe that he got in here without a plan. I believe there is a plan, and being part of the leadership, I am privy to some of the discussions around the plan, and sincerely speaking, there is a plan, I believe. what has happened in the last few weeks, about 6 weeks or thereabout, I think is the process of negotiation for appointment that may have distracted the government from the initial plan. And
does it look like
what is the plan? At least you are privy to the plan, Abi. Baba, eso plan here for. If you can't tell us, Ashwaji will tell you himself. Tifnumbu, what is your plan?
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do. I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo.
That's a Kolu's strategy and plan. They abuse my ego. They look for whatever, you know. This ones don't get joy for you. Okay? And every now and then, you will be coming back here and be hoping and wishing that Tinubu can at least give you something. APC can give you something to at least call good fame. They have none. Anyway, I'm gonna go make myself a fresh cup of tea. And if you are still here with me, you can still like the broadcast before you go. Okay, like it, and then and if you want to be part of it, you can also call in tonight. So don't go anywhere. Meanwhile, thank you so much for still there, by the way. And I have a caller. And yeah, we've got like an hour to go anyway. So hello there.
Yeah, hi. How you doing, Mayego?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. This is my first time of calling your program. I've been listening to your broadcast for a couple of months now, and apparently I speak very. I'm from Delta, but I speak Yoruba. I grew up in Ibadan, and I went through the Awolowo program. You know, one of the benefits of the Awolowo program. You know, free education.
Bless you.
Yeah, and you can't. If I must tell you today that one of my friends from Delta as well, Ruboma, told me about this program, and since I've watched your program, I've been hooked on your program.
Thank you.
Yeah, but today my contribution is that you see all what I said right about Nigeria, what is happening, the political situation, the dimension, or whatever. I think we are missing something.
Okay.
Labour Party Obi came on the front, right, as a redeemer, and all the youths and youth in diaspora, the youth in Nigeria, they supported Labour Party, and they create a different dimension to our political history.
They did.
But today, when you tell me, I can tell you, Labour Party has not performed as an opposition party. All they do is hope to go to court and win their mandate. But you can't win a mandate without communication. You have to communicate with the people.
Right.
And how do you communicate with the people? Criticize government actions. Where government is going wrong, you come out to the forefront and say back to the people that this is wrong. It's taking you, right? Even the mainstream media in Nigeria, right? They are biased. Or you see, are you there? Are you there?
I'm very much here with you, sir.
The mainstream media, right? All they do, right, is bring the same people to come out, they moderate the same people to us, right? To come and defend their mandate, which is wrong. You are one of the platform, you, Dr. Damages, whatever, and other platform, right, are the people that are acting as opposition, which is not supposed to be. The main parties, right? Labour Party, PDP, they're just there. They're just dead. They're dead. Nothing is happening. No criticism. They don't listen. It's not, look, I'm calling from Nottingham, right? I've been here for 40 years, right? I've been in the UK, right? And I can tell you, right? Nottingham has always voted Labour, right? Why do we vote Labour? Because Labour is always there to criticize any conservative government in power. And when Tony Blair was there as well, right? That was how they campaigned against the Labour Party, right? That made conservative to come to power. But Nigeria is a different ball game. Labour, Peter Obi is just going there, is going to court every day, right? That's what we say about Peter Obi. He hasn't come out to say the money they want to borrow, this is a fraud, blah, 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 and give all the analysis you are giving to us now. So how has Labour played their role as opposition party? I think the answer is zero. That's why if the tribunal, right, come to manipulate the election, right, their decision, right, you understand what I'm saying? And that is dead. Everybody will accept it. But if Labour Party is there to criticize the government, right, the tribunal cannot come and manipulate that decision for us. Are you getting what I'm saying?
I'm very much with you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my contribution tonight, right?
Thank you very much.
My name is Chris, right? AKA Tegbesu from Nottingham.
Bless you, sir. Thank you so much for that. And a lot of us who probably would like to take that on, especially those of you who are obedient and all that, will do justice to that. So let me take. I think I've got another caller. Hello there.
Hello, my good.
Hello, sir. Is that
Ifeanyi?
Or who's that?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, Ifeanyi.
Yeah, it's Ifeanyi. I'm very fine, thank you. I will get straight with because I know you have a lot of people waiting.
That's right.
The last caller said Labour is not doing anything. That's not actually true, because the election is still in the court. There are things you shouldn't say when your case is in the court. If P2B starts constantly criticizing the government, the government is going to call it either treasonable offense or he is trying to influence the judgment or anything. That is the right thing. Even when he knows certain things, he needs to watch his words and the things he says because he's not in power. And it's not like Labour Party have all kinds of machineries like councillors, local government chairman, or they almost have nothing. Apart from the trust people recruited on the P2B himself because of who he is. That's why Labour got most of the House of Rep and most of the Senate elections and the votes. So P2B or Labour going all out against the government can't happen now, except after the court case has ended and now that they know that now they have lost, they can now play that proper opposition. And the Labour thing, if you look at it, Labour is almost all Nigerians. I know somebody in APC, strong member of APC, that would want P2B to be the president of Nigeria, and he still wants to be an APC member. Do you know that such thing exists? We have a lot of people like that in the PDP that would want a P2B to be the president of Nigeria, but they still remain loyal to their own party. So the OB movement has nothing to actually do with just Labour Party. A lot of people are just tired of nonsense. So that's just on the concerning the last caller. I just wanted to chip in something.
Just to kind of had 1 or 2 points to it. Quite, good.
Exactly.
Yeah, go on.
So on the issue of the 3 billion they want to Bayegun, have you ever seen where people borrow money without actually defining what it's used for? Even you as a human being, have you ever just gone and asked somebody, give me 1 million naira? You have no earthly idea what you are going to use it to do, and you can't even explain it to the person you are collecting the money from.
Like, what do they tell them they want to use the money for? Or they are just interested in the crude oil they are going to give to them? Who are those behind that 3 billion? Who are those who wanted to take Nigeria crude oil? How much crude oil would they take for the 3 billion? And how many years Nigeria will be paying that crude oil back to them? Any questions?
These are the things. And then you know that if I have 1 million naira to spend now, if it's the one I have made, I can use it and decide on, after paying my rent, I can say, okay, maybe I think we deserve holiday. I take my family and go for holiday because it's the money I have made.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the money I have made. But if my family is running financial problem and I go and borrow 1 million naira, you can't discuss holidays with me, right? Because it's a borrowed money. So senators are earning all kinds of billions. And then even the one they give them for research and all kinds of money flowing out everywhere. And they are going to borrow money that they ought to have taken the other one and thrown into this oil thing. They're now going to borrow fresh money to share. The whole thing is just like, the whole place is just so chaotic. I don't know why Nigeria deserve the kind of thing we are going through now. Honestly, I don't know why Nigerians deserve the kind of thing we are going through.
Like, everybody will be surprised, like by June next year now. Some people will be surprised that the dollar is crashing again, or the petrol price is going up again. They will, why again? Why again? Abi? Like, surprised.
Do we even have an actual price of all these things? Dollar doesn't have a controlled price. No. They told us they are going to. They are going to. It's the uncontrolled
that line is so bad. By the way, if
can you hear me?
Anyway, yeah. So.
All right. Can you hear me properly now?
Yeah. Thank you. I would know why that is so bad. Yeah. I mean, it's really bad. I could barely hear you, and I bet it's making that same sound to people over there. So, hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, sir.
This is the engineer calling from Australia.
Engineer, how are you today? I bet it's actually
good,
like Thursday already in Australia.
Yes. There's a first caller I heard just now. That's why I said, let me quickly call in and give him a little bit of correction.
Okay.
The first thing there is you don't do opposition to an illegitimate government. If you start doing opposition to them, you are legitimizing them. So that's one factor. And when you talk about opposition, it's not every time one policy comes out that you go shouting, shouting, shouting. You become a madman. And so he should understand that. If he has lived in UK for 40 years, is that how they shout there in UK? The deliberation that goes on in opposition goes on in the parliament.
Well, I think maybe that's what he's referring to as well, like, them standing up when things like that.
No, he's saying they are just going, he said they're just going to court. They're just going to court. That's all he sees them doing. What do you want? What does he want him to do? He should stand on the street and start shouting. Doesn't make any sense. The present government is not yet justified to be there. So don't oppose them. Leave them. Let the court do what they have to do before you start saying you're opposing one government or the other. Yeah. So period. Once you start
right?
Yeah, you want to legitimize the government. That means they are meant to be there, and you remain opposition party. For an election, you know you won.
Exactly.
Someone manipulated themselves there, and you say you are opposing him. It's just like you're dragging yourself on the floor.
See?
That's the
that
story.
Makes sense. That second person who believe that they are. Obi won't be able to do anything other than just to wait until when they can. I get that. May I take another one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's engineer. Somebody just called in and their call dropped. Sorry, you probably will be like so raging that after trying all this while, the call dropped. Let's see if this one gets through. Hello there.
Yeah, hi, MJ, my brother. How you doing?
How are you, ma? I'm very well, ma.
Okay, this is Cooking with NASA calling you from US.
Say that again.
This is Cooking with NASA because last time
Cooking with NASA.
Yes, calling you from US.
How are you doing this afternoon, ma?
I'm doing wonderful. My brother, I just want to thank you, show my appreciation, and they said you don't know how elated I am with this program you are doing. I'm telling you what I have learned so far about Nigeria, the politics, all these criminals evoke about, I call them all sorts of names. It is so pathetic. For those who are on the other side, especially the youth, or will I call them youth or I call them adults, I don't know where I will categorize them, that come out on national television demonstrating this show of shame, supporting these men. Meanwhile, the whole country is going on fire. It's not hidden. You cannot teach an old dog a new trick. These men have nothing, absolutely nothing to give to our youth. There is no hope. There is no future. But the annoying part of it is I am not blaming these criminals because that's what they know. That's how they operate. But for these other Nigerians who are suffering, you don't have food, you don't have road, no light, your kids are not going to school, you can't afford anything. And yet, you think that the best you can do is to come out and be supporting them. I don't know who is the saving who. Another thing is, when I think of what happened, I don't know the actual year, I don't know if it's 2010, maybe you might remember, when they had an Arab Spring.
Yeah, okay? It was around that time, yes.
Thank you. It was a situation like this that triggered the whole problem. And it was just one man with his phone in US that coordinated that movement and is freeing all the Arabs, and we all saw what happened. But the problem with our people is
during that Arab Spring. Yeah. Many government fell across this Arab region. Wow.
Exactly. But our people, when they want to do their own protest, that is the only area I have problem. They don't know how to cripple the economy other than to destroy and burn things. And that's where you see the military come out. Police will come out and start shooting them. If you want to cripple pull the economy and take the country back. And these people to know that enough is enough. All this malice, all this thing, this money does not belong to these few people. It belongs to all of us. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, name it, any part of Nigeria. All these resources and all this wealth belong to us. If every one of them will come out,
like you will be surprised, ma. You will be surprised, ma. Yeah, that they collected 3 trillion now. They are now telling us that they're going to go and take back the petroleum import license they gave to Dangote now, Abi, and give it to some other people too, and share the money to them. The money is not even going into anything productive in Nigeria, ma. Just some people share it.
They are just borrowing and borrowing. How can you be borrowing and sharing? How can you be borrowing and paying salary? How can you be borrowing and doing it instead of investing it? He wants to deploy the military to go and fight in Niger. Instead of him to deploy the same military to go and protect the civilians so that they can farm and bring out food for our people to eat, he wants to go and send them to a war that has nothing to do with Nigeria. But it's all about the Europe. It's all about France and their pipeline that they are fighting. And you want to use Nigeria to go and place them. My dear, I don't get it. But you know what? I strongly support what the last two callers said. It's not that the obedient movements are not doing anything. But the truth is, when you are playing with these criminals, you have to be careful. You have to have your tactics. Now they have stopped them from displaying their billboard. But the youth have found the other way around, to print their t-shirt, to print their sticker. Let me see how many people they're going to stop on the street and tell them not to wear their t-shirt. Or when you see the stickers on the car, they just want to silence the freedom of speech in Nigeria. That's all they are doing. But you know what? Mayego, trust me, there is always a reason for something. You see this thing that is triggering.
Yes.
You see this thing that is triggering. The dust is building up. The dust is building up. When you continue to do evil, continue on that path, a day will come when the whole thing is going to burst like a bubble.
And that will just probably show the beast in us, like Fela sang, ma. This surprising will bring out the beast in us.
In
do people still have that beast in them, do you think?
Exactly. This is not about Yoruba. It's not about Igbo. It's not about religion. It's not about any particular tribe or religion. It's all about we Nigerians. Right. All of us are suffering. All of us are feeling the pain. So all those people deceiving themselves, they are just playing with their children's future. It's not about these politicians because all their children are overseas studying. All their children are in overseas. Right. But it's those poor people in Nigeria suffering. And people are coming out with the show of shame, trying to defend criminality. My brother, I just want to thank you. I appreciate you for your knowledge, for your insight, everything you are doing. Know that there are people that are strongly behind you and we support you. God bless. Let me give chance for other people to call in. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man. You stay safe, man, okay? I appreciate all of that too. That's class. So, yeah, the line is back on again. And there we go. Hello.
Hello, my Gio, Mr. Mayegu.
Is that you?
Yes, how is the family?
Well, we are still here. So thanks for asking.
I thank God for your truth. I thank God for your truth. You know, we all are praying for you.
I overreacted. I think that what happened was I overreacted. I've always been told that I've got a very great set of teeth, right? Like including my gum, very healthy and all that. But for the first time I had to take, that got me thinking that, wow.
You know, you are covered, man. You got so many people out here praying for you.
You know what I mean? Like, you know that feeling
nothing
that will make you feel like anything could happen. No. What if something happened to me and I just die because of toothache? No, I don't want to die because of toothache.
So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Because of that, I will start with a Bible quote today. Ezekiel 7, verse 11 says, violence is risen unto a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, or their multitude, nor any of theirs shall there be. Amen. So, amen. That is from the Bible, Ezekiel 7:11. And I say what Amechi said. Amechi said that if we don't stone them, that they will continue looting.
They will never stop.
That the people, that they won't stop. That the people coming out every time to do some riots or whatever, they are the rich man's children that want the military shoot to everybody will run away. And another thing you said I really picked on was the Stalin story. That was great. Because if you look at the people mounting power now, these people have free visa to Britain when they were younger. They have free education. They have it all good. But this generation now, it's just like that Stalin story, have been tortured, brutalized. These people have looted everything. They can't even travel. They're queuing up now to see where they can make hay make. So they're getting used to that. But there's always a time, just like that book of Ezekiel I'm saying, there's always a time when people are gonna say enough is enough. But I'm on the middle on that though, because I remember May 29th, when they were doing their inauguration, I was expecting something to happen. Because I know that all those crooks, all those criminals will be there. I mean, in a country like the country that I live in, a strategy must have been planned, laid down, to make sure that none of them will leave that place alive. So I think that is where I started thinking that even when they call their whatever, judiciary do their comment, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. That these people they've already think that there's nothing that's going to happen. Because they've tempted Nigerians so many times. They've done so many damages, and there is no repercussion. They are not accountable to us. Yeah, they're not accountable to us. They don't do no press conference. They don't do nothing. Look at when you were bringing out what was their plan. Their plan is just to continue looting.
That's it.
Waiting to appoint their ministers and stuff like that, people that have stolen all their life. So my go on that, I just end with that, and I know many people want to call. So have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, okay? It's such a pleasure hearing from you almost every night now. That's brilliant. So somebody said that the matter, Nigeria matter don't pass Ezekiel. Even if Ezekiel is alive today, and they present Nigeria matter to him, he go tell everybody, say, this will pass me. Oh. Hello there.
Hello, sir. Yes, Mr. Mayegun, how are you, sir? God bless you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
God bless you.
You too, sir.
Yeah, don't worry. Everything that's going on in Nigeria will end very, very soon. Very soon. Go on, mark it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Dr. Akiyemi Agbede. And I've run for the governor of California twice, and this is going on underneath to remove that illegitimate president, Tinubu. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Yes, things are going on underneath. I'm telling you. So that's why I want to call so that everybody.
You know, sir, you just spoke like a general who is privy to a plot and with authority as something is going to happen soon. Just watch out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Mayegun, I can say it all over the world. I have evidences. I repeat, I have evidences which Tinubu himself knows. Yes, my name once again is Dr. Akiyemi Agbede, and I've run for the governor of California twice, and I also run for the Senate. So I have evidences.
Well,
yes.
No wonder. No wonder when Tinubu said, "What did you say?" Well, I will be looking forward to that, Baba. Thank you so much. Agbede.
Yes, sir. God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Nice one, sir.
God
That's
bless
Agbede from Cali, and it is with like authority for those who know. And when Kolu said, "Oh, did you saying?" I bet that's what he meant. One second, though. I've got a caller there, I believe. Hello there.
Mayegun the General.
How are you?
Was a metal long time. I didn't so for Italo.
Oh yeah, now Nobu.
Muti. I did our Balaba.
Muti. So good enough that you got into it. So yeah, fire.
Yeah. I just I said let me just try and I get lost. I just enter.
That's good.
Waiting me just say man, waiting they go now. What I don't pass Gary. Without the dojo to happen. And anybody will collect. And we will there too, we will collect. All the Agbadorian, they everywhere abroad, everybody will collect.
All of us go feel am.
That man will just, everybody will feel am, bro. That man will just call, we just last corner.
Agbede.
That man, Agbede, the way he speak with confidence. You know the feeling. The way that man
saw me when I was trying to hold him back so that he can say more.
I see the way
I've said it. Watch out.
I see it. That man way, the way that man way just the way that man don't yam like that. The man know it in the man for him to just speak with confidence and say something like that. You know, it means something. But waiting me, they say, man. The way Nigeria is going now, we not get how it won't be. Nigeria will hands on.
Like if they continue like this, because see, people need to understand something,
Nigeria
right? This one don't be say be prophet or you they see things. You know, hard. You cannot continue to run a country like this and no expect wahala to happen. If they don't find a way to cut it down, if it continue like this, as you need bomb your more.
No, about it, but so but well, my more job. Well, I just want to tell you, say, man, you are good, great job, man. Allah will continue bless you.
Amen.
Baba, I will continue bless you.
And you too, Baba. Thank you so much.
Job,
stay safe. That's a Nobu from Isalo. Meanwhile, I've got I think Ken is here. Is that Ken? Kenneth?
Yes. How are you?
Well, I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Right. nice job, man. You're doing awesome, man. Keep it up, because
I have to go layman to layman. If not, I will be coming here be speaking one nonsense economic jargon. So I say, man, I love the way this guy, all this analysis. Now analysis is go work here. Use the statistics that actually affect all our lives. That's why I had to go that way, Baba. But good enough, a lot of you had to follow me through.
Look, as you said it, you've said it before, that whether even those in Nigeria and us that are here, we are going to collect. We are going to feel it. Everybody is going to collect. Because for me, for example, I can tell you this for real, that I have stuff going on down there, and I have things that, trust me, I am literally trying to keep up with exactly what the heck is going on down there. So
pumping your own private money into your business to keep your business alive. Start picking all of your savings, trying to save your business. How long do you think businesses can hold on when this madness continues? Like, how many businesses can hold on for how long? Just asking.
Even if I have to do the calculation on terms of the cost of diesel, cost of petrol for keeping up things, and you talk about cost analysis, I don't even want to go there. But let me just cut to the chase. You see, like when you talked about this whole crap, that in terms of the fuel price, Naira hitting almost $1,000, and pounds is already 1,000 plus, and what have you. The reality here is this: just look at even the screening process they did for the so-called minister, and then now that
we're talking about the technocrats that are becoming the ministers, their interview.
Exactly.
Tell us more.
Exactly. Just look at the charade. Look at the charade and the process for which the whole thing went down. Just tells you that you have people in the House of Representatives and Senate. These guys are jokers. They are a bunch of jokers. In fact, literally, do you know that I literally played that video of the whole process, and I was like, my God, I mean, with the level of brilliance and education that Nigerians are known for, this is the product, this is it, this is what they're producing. And then now that we now know who is holding on to which ministerial position, this and that, Ugeli, I even saw, I don't know whether that thing is true. Ugeli charge and pay lawyer. So Frostos is aviation minister. My brother,
he's in charge of aviation now.
Precious you are. Precious you are.
Otidojo is saying, like, everybody will realize what that statement means, right? Otidojo is saying, it don't reach, it don't read, rather, it don't read. But now time to tell. Ken, now time to tell.
My problem,
like it was already called. Now if all of us go collect, sure you get. But good enough, a lot of us are aware. Some of us don't they build shelter. So when the whole thing they crash come, we can minimize our losses. What about those who are building up in them? Those who actually bank on them, those who actually believe they will do something, and now they won't see anything. Now the hardship they didn't promise them is what they are offering them now. You know, so now that one a double jeopardy, Ken.
Oh yeah.
I can never be like them. I can never be in their shoe right now.
But last, you remember the last aviation minister under Buhari? You saw what that happened.
Nigeria, yeah.
Exactly. You saw what happened there.
For Tobokeyamo now. You go see things. Those are the technocrats coming to fix Nigeria. Look at them.
We are in a world of shit. It is just unimaginable. You don't even want to blink for a second exactly what is coming. It is a horrific storm. But guess what? You know what? Newsflash, we are here to tell the story. You are the general.
Why did they call this place the diary? A lot of them, shame won't let them go back to some of the old video to go and see what Mayegun said then, and all of you, what you said back then that are now happening now. Shame won't let them go back and watch them. But we always be here.
God will bless you in Jesus' name. I'm telling you, your family.
You too, Ken.
You have our support. You have our support. You have our backing. Go for it.
I know. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
And you too. Like you will tell you may live in denial, but when the thing shock you, you go speak the truth. Around that time, you go know that whether you are PDP, APC, and all of that, they no matter. Whether you are Christian or Muslim or Northerner or Southerner, they no matter. Now, how the thing shock you, you go confess. But for now, hide behind you or whatever you're hiding behind and live in denial in peace. It won't be for long. I have a caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Mayegun Diary Politico.
Yes, sir.
This is Chike calling from Edmonton, Canada.
Chike, I saw your hand earlier. Thanks for your generosity, by the way, right?
Please don't mention anytime, my brother. It's not bad at all.
Right.
First time caller.
The sunny weather while it lasts, I bet.
Yeah, while it lasts, because in a few months now it's going to start freezing. So you better enjoy it.
Good enough to have you here, Chike.
But Mayegun, likewise, I'm glad to be on the show. Thank you so much. I'm a huge fan. I've watched you for over 2 years.
Thanks, man.
My kids love you so much. Dance to the songs.
That's amazing.
And they know not to disturb me when I'm watching your show at night, which is normally when I watch it. They know not to disturb me, because once they disturb me, I don't take it lightly.
There, and then when they can hear that voice,
exactly,
that's the moment you don't disturb daddy. That's brilliant.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you know something, Chike? Because of them, right? I always try my best to reduce those what do you call it? All those kind of words that you don't let children listen to. So I got to know that I've got a lot of fans in those children in different homes right now. Kids, like young and all that, which is brilliant.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. No. Mayegun, I want to say, man, honestly, I can't stress it enough. Thank you for all that you do. You are truly courageous. You speak our mind. of course, the reality is that we will not always agree with you 100%, and I know that you don't expect us to do.
That's right.
But we do love you, and continue to tell the truth. Continue to speak truth to these criminals in power, because trust me, they are watching you and they are scared of you. They are watching you and they are scared of you. And only someone like you, like, there are very few of us in that country that have the guts to do what you're doing, and you're one of them, and you have that platform, and no, we're going to go all the way. We're behind you. Thank you so much.
God bless you, Chicken.
Thank you so much.
And you too. Thanks a lot for all the support, and same goes to all of us, okay? We have come to call this place a sort of a community. There's so much we have done together. And talking about the love and the support, I mean, the testimony. If you want to know that people coming together, even though if they don't agree 100% on everything all the time, but there is something that connects all of us, and that's the humanity, where you don't see Christians or Muslim, where you don't see North, South, or East, or you see humanity. And if any of them is in any danger for any reason, even if it's not you, you see humanity. So you respond. And that is something that if you want to check out that works, right? If that is even real, hi, I am the testimony. And maybe when you stay here longer enough, you will understand too. Thank you so much, Chike, and to all of you. And then my caller, hello. I've kept him waiting or her. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So is that you?
How are you, sir?
Good, good. Mayego, I've
sir?
been watching you for, yes, my name is Osura Chuku. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm going to stick to Chuku. The other one is too long for me, and I don't want to mess it up, right? How you doing, Chuku?
That's fine. Good, good, good. You know what? I've been following for almost 5 years, sharing your program. This is literally the very, very, very first time I say, you know what? Like I try whether I could get this man before. So I just got you, man. So happy to talk to you, my brother, man.
Thanks a lot.
Listen, yes, Mike, honestly, you've been doing a very, very great job. We follow you every day. You know, your analysis or whatever is always top notch. You know what I mean? It's always top notch. You're right there on the truth, and the truth is the only thing that's gonna set us free. So, my brother, let me tell you something about Nigeria. You see that country called Nigeria? I call it the zoo, zoological republic. I'm sorry, I have to use that word, zoo.
And because it is not so, it's not wrong, except that some people might find it a little bit upsetting, but it's not wrong. But go on.
Exactly. You see, Nigeria. This is the way I look at Nigeria. I look at Nigeria as what's the name? There's a place. There's this verse in the Bible. I don't know where the verse is, but it is something to do with when I think there was a tree that was cursed, a fig tree. As soon as that fig tree was cursed, that fig tree started dying right away. That is what Nigeria is all about. I'm telling you, there is nobody that can revive that country called Nigeria. It don't matter what, even, listen, man, you see the one that pisses me off is when you go to church or whatever, some churches, all they do is let's pray for our nation. I don't know what nation you're praying for. And let me tell you something, the reason why that Nigeria is hard for a revolution to actually take place in Nigeria is for the simple fact is because we are not one people. Let us stop lying to ourselves. We are not one people. Now, let me tell you something. Now, if the West or whatever starts agitating for the breakup of Nigeria, the Northerners will be like, you know what? No, this is not a problem, man. That's happening in the West. Something applies to the East. Because Nigeria is like about up to like 15 or 20 nations all merged together. Force them together and call them one nation.
Without their consent. That is the reason why
it's without their consent. Without their consent.
With no agreement that said, they decided to come together themselves. So nothing like that.
Exactly. And so because we are so many nations in one nation, it is hard, very, very, it takes only by God's intervention for that country to break up. Where they would have got it right was when during the SACs. That was when they would have gotten it right. And all of a sudden, it was hijacked due to one thing or the other. My brother, honestly, the only thing that is needed in that country is a total disintegration. Any person telling you that thing is wasting their time and lying to themselves. That country is a mess.
You know something is that when people hear about that disintegration, it kind of sort of hick them like, no, that's too harsh. It's not a bad thing for people to decide and say, we want to be on that. It won't be the first time. Nigeria was not forced together during independence. Okay. There was an arrangement that gave them their independence. Why can't we have that again? So when you hear disintegration, some people are acting like they've not heard that before. Like it's a bad word. It's not a bad word. We are forced together without our consent.
And the funny,
go on.
You know what? The funny thing is that is going to be the last result, no matter what everybody thinks about it. There are so many African countries that are less than 2 million, 1.5 million, or whatever. They are why did that happen in Niger? It's because they are a small country or whatever. The whole nation is supporting them of Niger. That's why the coup took place. But in Nigeria, it will never ever work, my brother. But you know what? We'll just keep speaking the truth like you're doing, and we'll eventually, some of these knuckleheads we have in Nigeria, I call them youths, will wake up instead of doing their useless content creating. They'll wake up and say, "No, what? Enough is enough." I know. My brother, well done, sir.
Thank you so much, Oba. I appreciate that. All right, you have it. Have the blast. Nice talking to you, by the way. That's a good one, right? From Chuku. Yes, there is another caller. Hello.
Hello, General Baba.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Otojo Meta. This is Godfrey.
Oh, Godfrey, Baba. I know. And that's Germany, is it?
Genau. Richtig. That's fine.
No. Come on, don't off me, Baba. So where are you calling from?
Richtig. That means you are right.
That means I'm
Germany.
right because I'm right.
Yeah.
How are you tonight?
Also, Genau is you are right. Also, I'm fine. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. I just on a lighter note. I just want to tell, if you see, we are almost 2,000, more than 2,000 watching. I want to advise people to like and share. The moment they like and share, more people will
at least
get notifications and more people will hear the mass message.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say,
sir,
you know, anybody that is a member of your show don't get much more surprise hearing news from Nigeria. Yeah, so, you know, I just feel that being on your show prepare us. Because if we look back and see even many things you've been saying, you never expected us to keep hope in these people. No. From day one, everybody can bear you witness. You never expected us. So I just want to say thank you.
Thanks so much.
Because if it were to be that, some of us would have gotten some shock. Listening to you, act like a shock absorber. I don't know if you understand me.
I do.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for
Let me give other people time to call.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Stay safe,
Thank you, Baba. Yeah, thank you.
Geoffrey, I mean, these are my old people from Germany, and I've got loads of Germans here. I should be speaking German too, like, you know, but I'll get there. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Very, very well. First of all, I want to thank you so much, and General, also, you're member of the Temple of Truth for your prayers and kind words.
Because it's like it's already interfering.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Mute it. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just that it's like double voice or something.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, give me a sec.
Now take your time. Works that way better. So it will just be me and you.
Yeah. So for your prayers and the kind word, you know, you can guess my name from my voice.
I'm thinking that's innocent to be
100%. Baba, how are you, sir? I'm better now. At least I'm back home.
Are you back? That's my next question, right? I wanted to say, how about are you back home? That's very good.
Yeah, sure.
I'm happy to hear
very good.
Too, Baba. At least I can hear your
me
voice.
too.
You're sounding better. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I am. Yeah, sure. And I appreciate so much the kind words and prayers. Thank you so much, my good John.
Welcome.
Okay. I want to talk about two things. And you know, this Stockholm syndrome of average Nigerian youth or Nigerian people is second to none. Because, okay, first, the Nigerian military, we know them as liars. Everyone saw what happened at the Lekki toll gates. At least everyone saw. Yes, initially, it was there was. Yeah, of course. There was initially they denied ever coming. Secondly, they came with a blank bullet. From there, they came with one lie after the other. Okay, now they came out to tell us that the helicopter or whatever that went for a rescue mission crashed. But these terrorists, their embodiment, these bandits these terrorists they call bandits. These guys are never bandits. They are terrorists, grade A terrorists. They go for operation with camera phones. That is to show you the level of their confidence. Do you understand the gravity of what I'm trying to say? They are going to operation like these guys are not soldiers. They are militias. We are not professionally trained, at least on paper. But they want to attack Nigerian military. Those who are supposed to lead ECOWAS to Niger. I'm just trying to put that out there also. But these guys are attacking them with video, like going with their camera, taking selfies with their dead bodies and all this. Just to show you there's no one after these guys, really, because since Kolu, grabbed it and run away with the presidential mandate of the people, he has never said anything about the insecurity in Nigeria. At least I've not heard. If you have heard, maybe you can help me, make reference to that.
One day kill people.
He has never.
Very sad.
Just Subsidy is gone. And oh my goodness. Okay, now, this Kolu of a person, most of these Abadorians, I don't know, I just pity them. They don't even know his real name. Is his name Amodu or Adekunle or
Amudashongodere or Gunlere?
So
many names. He's also called Adekunle.
So many names.
I never knew he's Adekunle.
So many names. So how can someone make sense of someone you say is your president? How can you make sense of this person? Like, I know this man, this president, this is his date of birth, this is where he come from, these are his classmates, things like this. These things are basic. They are not,
you remember that time, innocent, right? You remember that time when we still did school?
Yeah.
They will say, write about your uncle in London. Or write a letter. I mean, write about the president of Nigeria. Now, if they give all these children the assignment to write about the president of Nigeria, which thing they go write about Tinubu? That would be honest. That would be honest and truthful. What can they write?
I don't know. If you ask me, who will I ask?
Same.
That is the question. That is the fundamental question.
Ask me, now who I will ask? See me and you here. Hey.
Oh, my good general. So at least these two things. I don't think anybody can solve it, because the military who is supposed to lead ECOWAS to Niger Republic, unfortunately, they are deeping in corruption, gross corruption, because you cannot tell me that these terrorists can be everywhere to monitor or know how this military will, embark on their operations. And this is not the first time. You remember yesterday you made mention of what happened in one of the IDPs where they used the aircraft to bomb those people. Oh my goodness! Not once, but more than twice.
3 times.
And they have used the same military aircraft to bomb even the Nigerian army themselves, saying they mistook them for terrorists. Whereas there is clear distinction, like difference between the Nigerian military and the terrorists. But the air forces in Nigeria, in the same Nigeria, bombed the Nigerian military and conceded. There was no official numbers of casualties, but the usual way, burying soldiers at night in mass grave, and without letting it out there. There's no honor. There's no honor. There's no honor in that place. There's no honor. It's unfortunate. I don't have any other place to go back to. At least sometimes I used to travel back home. Then not too long ago I came, but there is no honor. When you go there, it's like you are in a different place altogether. It's like you are in a nightmare. When you travel home, you are in a nightmare because if anything happens to you, you are on your own. You don't call anybody. So when we do, exactly, when we do the talk of Nigeria, then you know you are a human being again. That is how it works. Michael, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I want to
okay. Yes. And
sure, I appreciate it.
You again. I would hear from you.
Of course, you will. Definitely. I am ever present. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Nice one. So that's Innocent. The one I kind of always mention. Oh, Innocent, get well soon. He was watching my Egun's diary political a few days ago on the hospital bed. And I'm glad he's good enough or well enough to even kind of phone in, you know. Here is another caller. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, my brother, Maego.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yes, I've been listening to the contributions, right? And I'm kind of I'm amused, you know, about how Nigerians are so gullible, and the gullibility is based on how we react to events.
That's right.
You would think that when Tinubu came on board, right? You know, Nigeria will criticize rather than professing a solution. And I would think that when Tinubu came on board, right, the first thing they will do is to investigate the amount of liters of petrol Nigeria consumes daily by kind of
at least to determine how much being used, and how much is being paid. Everything together. You are so right.
Together.
Go on.
Yeah, and moreover, right, you would think that Tinubu will quite the kind of question, right? How can a national industry company, right, become a limited liability? I've never heard of it before. Maego, you live in the UK with me. I'm here in the UK, right?
Yes,
in the UK here, when they privatized some British gas, they made everybody buy shares. I bought shares in British Telecom. I bought shares, right, in the post office, right? When they nationalize it, right? They give the public, it's a public property, right? You let the public buy shares in it.
So you know the shareholders, you know where the money is coming from. So whatever money they're going to be spending, they must have to be responsible to.
Yes. So we the shareholders now, we elect a director, right, on our behalf, right, to manage the company for us.
That's right.
But in Nigerian case, right, some guys brought themselves together and they said NNPC become a NNPLC and something. They manage. We don't even know who owns the NNPC. You know what I'm saying? So I think when Tinubu will come on board, right, he's going to question that power. You know. How come, you know, we thought he's going to do that, but he never did that. And we think when Tinubu will come to power, right, and when they say Agbado, 50 million youths, we think Tinubu will recruit, you know, more people to come into the army and manage the security situation we have in Nigeria. But what do we get?
Just all talk, no action, sir. What we have been getting is all talk,
no action. I'm bringing people that are known to be fraudulent, right? To manage our Fabio, Senate President, Gandola, APC chairman. Now we have people have been talking about the Muslim right mandate right now. The president is Muslim. Vice President is Muslim,
right.
And the APC chairman is Muslim.
That's right.
And when Nigeria
is Muslim,
yes,
the speaker is Muslim. The deputy Senate president, like you can go on
exactly what El-Rufai talked about in his video, in that viral video, right? Exactly what is happening.
That is so true.
And you will imagine. Listen, Mayegun, Nigeria is in a deep shit. You understand what I'm saying now?
I'm with you.
And it's left for the youth, right, to take off of this deep shit. Me and you, right, we can't manage it. It's left for the youths there in Nigeria. Those ones that call themselves Yahoo. And wherever they are, all the obedience, right, is left for them, right, to turn the music around, man, and let the music play in the right place. We are depending on the youth now to turn this around because Nigeria. Look,
some are saying that the destruction that these guys have done that a lot of us are looking at the physical. We are not looking at the mental part of it. That people have been kind of broken. Sure, you get? Like they have been broken to the point whereby people are now just living for the day. Like, you know, you wake up this morning, you just know, say, if you live till night, that means say you see alive. They have no strength or mental capacity to fight. Sir.
People are broken because they allow themselves to be broken.
Right.
You understand? So now you can look, you can reverse. If people can go to the moon, if people can fly to the moon, right? And bring satellite to us back down here. If people look years ago, right? We used to send telex in the 80s, right?
If I limit human capacity when it's push come to shove. I get
Years ago, right, during the 80s, right, if I want to send message to England, I used to go through telex. I go to the telex something. I remember that's Air Cargo then. Oshi-omo-ole used to own that Air Cargo. I used to be their friend because they used to help me to get message back to England. But now I can just sit in my room, right, and communicate with Nigeria and get things done.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Do you also remember, sir? Do you also remember that back in the days, like you said, 80s, 90s, right? I had to go to school to be a journalist. And I have to apply for a job to be a presenter. I have to have everybody here with camera, my director, my this, my that. And I have to watch what I say in that studio. But look at you today. You can tell me from your room.
Let me tell you, right, what you don't know today, right?
Yes, sir.
When people are talking about Nigeria, division Fulani, you do know that today my best friend is the Fulani guy. Jafar Umalo is a Fulani guy, my best friend. And why I sit maintain me as a best friend, years ago in the 80s, right? He told me, say, Chris, crazy. I said, yes. He said, listen, we're talking for Fulani if we don't chop up for all the money for Nigeria, the Columbus now will give up to owner. He told me that. He said, and moreover, Chris, if you want to do any prod for Nigeria, you must involve a Yoruba man. He told me that. You understand? Saying that was why Tinubu brought Buhari in, and today they rigged Tinubu in as well. You understand? Saying? So look, Nigeria case, right, is a sorry state. It will take the youth, right, to liberate Nigeria. Forget about the Yoruba, this thing, or IPOP, or those things, right? If the youth can come together and they have to educate the northern,
like you said.
they have to educate the northern youth, right? It's not about, they have to tell the Hausas, not the Fulani, the Hausas, that they be enslaved in their own land. That they be enslaved in their own land. The Hausas in the north, this will change.
Wow. So, Chris, thank you so much. Right?
Yes, that's
because you are my last caller tonight, and I enjoyed having a conversation with you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I hope I'm lucky next time. Okay, stay safe. Have a good one, sir. All right.
Yeah.
Good night, sir. Yeah, that's Sir Chris, and it's quite. It's been impressive or wonderful tonight, hasn't been? I mean, has it been or something, right? Anyway, thank you to all of us. Now, the last time I told you that I was going to appeal to you, that all of you who have been supporting the Yoruba Union, okay, please. We implore you to reach out to us, use the PayPal and all that, add your message to it. I've had people who said they can't use the Cash App. Don't use the Cash App anymore, okay? We have Nigerian account, and guess what? Their schools are going to be resuming next month. We have some of the people who are benefiting from our goodwill gesture and the rest of them that really, really need our support. And Mr. Lukman, we have that bigger project also at hand, and I am looking for a time that will be so suitable to do the fundraiser, and I'm going to need your help. I really, really am going to need your help, right, for the union. And you know as well, right, when this is done, majority of us, or all of us here, are always kind of so happy that we could touch 1, 2, or even thousands of lives. We've done it before, and you can also make that happen. Just always keep me in your mind. Keep Yoruba Union in your mind, okay? We have a lot of people that are looking forward or looking up to us, and all because of your generosity. So thank you. I will see you all some other time. Like I advised before, if you are watching my Egun's Diary Politico, my videos are always live. So if you ended up having to watch a replay and you figured out that the beginning is going too far because of music and all of that, just forward it. Okay, maybe forward it by 5 minutes or 7 minutes, and you can start watching. Don't lose it because of long video. So thank you to every one of you, and don't leave without liking the broadcast. I'm going to see you some other time. Until then, good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.